Hello, friends. Hello. Happy New Year. I think this is my first time being here since we've got into, what is it, 2022? I don't even know what year it is, but hello, hello, hello. How are you? Let's do our normal check right at the beginning. Make sure you guys can hear me. Make sure it's all working okay. We'll see how many friends we have tonight. I would hope people are starting to get back into their groove and wanting to craft. So hello, how are you guys? It was 80 degrees in Florida today, somebody said. I think you're rubbing it in. It's cold where we are, cold, and we're on lockdown, lots of COVID cases. So we have been in the house, haven't gone anywhere, right? So it might be cold outside, but I don't know because I haven't been outside in days. So how you guys doing? Happy New Year. Hello, friends. So happy to see you guys. It has been a little bit, right? It's been a little bit. I almost forgot how to turn the live on. I was looking at it going, how do I do this again? It's not been that long, but it felt like that. It was this long. Hello, Carissa and Luna. And I saw Janice is here. Hi, Robin. How are you? I think I saw Natalie too. Hi, Nat. Hello, storming in New Brunswick. I saw that you guys are getting some kind of winter storm, right? That's what I say. Get your storm chips and buckle down because that is no fun. We had some snow, but it melted and then it got cold again. So I think it's starting to come, but I'm not complaining. It's winter. We're supposed to have this stuff, right? So how's everybody doing? Hello, Elise, Melissa. Lots of friends are here. Very excited. So tonight, we have things to talk about. This was a hard one because, one, for some reason, I haven't been sleeping. Does anybody get like that? I woke up today at 4 a.m. and could not go back to sleep. So I've been up since 4. Went to bed, I don't know, 11:30. So I did not get a lot of rest. So I thought today, let's just do something fun and a good way to ease us back into crafting after being off for a little bit. So I'm hoping somebody is out there feeling the same, that you're down for a little bit of fun, but no heavy lifting, no heavy craft lifting. So that's what I feel like. It's an age thing, I guess. So I think it's that, and my brain doesn't shut off. So when I wake up and I start to think about something, it's very hard for me to power down again. And I got up and I'm working on another product line, and we had proofs to look at, and I just got up and started doing the work. And my husband came down and he's like, "Oh, hi, you're not sleeping." I don't know how he didn't notice. I wasn't beside him in bed when he got up, but I was like, yeah, I'm done. I was done. I had to get up. You like my earrings tonight? This is from my friend at Shop Bits. Aren't they cute? They're super cute. I had to decide what to wear tonight because I was packing kits. Canada is done. I have half of US done. So those are all, that half of US is going to go tomorrow and the other half on Monday. So I'm very, very excited about that. By Monday, all of the kits should be out. So what kits? What are you talking about, Vicki? It's for the Fernwood class, and I have got the album portion done. I haven't started the layouts, but if you guys want a little peeker, I think like I have a handful of kits left. So if it's something you're interested in, but this is what we're going to be making. And I absolutely love this collection because here's the thing, right? Fernwood came out and then we got right into Warm Wishes, and I focused on Christmas because you need to focus on Christmas at Christmas. And my little poor friend Fernwood did not get the love it deserved. It was the Jan of my collections, just like the Brady Bunch, right? So, but now that I got a chance to work, I know a lot of you guys look at this and think it's a fall line. It's not. None of my lines are themed except for Christmas. So you will find that the colors are fun and bright and fresh, and all these little interactive bits. So when I flip the camera, I'll give you guys a better look, but very excited for this collection. And I saw so many of your names when I was filling in orders, and it was like I was saying hi to friends. So it's going to be really fun. It's always backwards, so I don't know. But yes, it is going to be a big one. because I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. You know what I mean? I can't stop, won't stop. So I'll show you a little bit of it when I flip the camera, but I love it. I love it. I love the stencils for this one, the stamps. So I thought tonight, let's do some stamp masking, negative painting, and stenciling with distress ink. So when I flip it, I will show you the colors that I'm planning on using. You're going to want to stamp. I'm using the floral set that says so inspired, so very inspiring. I'm going to use this stamp set, and I'm going to probably use both of them. Probably going to use both of them, but we're going to stamp and we're going to do some masking, and we're going to build a little bouquet, and then we are going to do some stenciling and some fun. So it's going to be very artsy kind of night, but I think relaxing. And here's the other thing. If you don't have Fernwood, just grab a set of flower stamps. You know that you can play. Where do you order the kit? VickyBoutin.com, VICKIBOUTIN. I'm sure somebody will throw a link up here. That is on YouTube. That's what the question was, on YouTube. So I think Natalie's here, and she just loves that I give her jobs to do when she's like, I'm not here for you. I'm working on other things. And did you see Natalie was playing with Fernwood too and shared a little sneak peek of using the fern stencil, and it's going to be a beauty. I'm very excited for that. So anyway, I ordered it. Did you send it? I'm working on it. Lee, you're in the US, right? So only halfway through US, alphabetically, starting with first names. So I think I'm in past the J's now, and then some, and you won't get notification on that one just yet because it's a whole different software thing. But yes, I'm telling you, all kits will be out by Monday. So very exciting about that. Are the stamps included in Fernwood? That one is the floral stamp, and then the floral stencil set. And it's all listed, just easier. If you go on VickyBoutin.com, everything is listed there, not the individual papers. And I know my friend from Germany and some of you guys that have purchased your own stuff want to know the quantities of the paper, and I will send that out. I just have to get the kit shipped, right? Again, one Vicky doing all of the things. So let me get those done, and then I will send you a list of that. Some of you will ask about access only. I will post access only closer to the date because I have to do the instructions. I won't send out access until I have the instructions done, which again, it will be awesome because I'm so close. Next week, I'm going to work on the layouts. I'm going to work on, I think, a bonus card class for it. So you will have so many hours of me, you'll be sick of me, right? You'll be sick of me. So very excited. Tonight, we're going to work on a layout. I have a sheet of foundations paper. I have some stamps. I have a piece of copy paper that I'm going to stamp and cut the masks out of. And then we're going to make a little floral arrangement, do some kissing on the background, stamp the floral arrangement, and then we're going to paint negatively, meaning like the background. So the color that's down will be kind of where the floral part. It's going to be fun, just a fun background. And I see my friend Nicole is here, and she's been under the weather. So everybody send her some love. I hope you're feeling better. I'm sure there's lots of you out there who are under the weather because this strain of COVID is like rampant, running like through the peoples like wildfire. That's what I was saying to my husband. I said, when COVID first hit, I didn't know anybody really, like a few people. That's a lie. But I mean, it did not get very close to home this time. I just feel like it's at some point we'll have it because it's just craziness. But I know a lot of people out there have been feeling under the weather, if it's flu, head colds, or the vid. So sending you lots of love. I hope you guys who struggled a little through Christmas are kind of rebounding now. And we have lots of plans for this year for crafting. So I will keep you busy. I'm going to keep you busy. Oh, my goodness. And I forgot to say, so we're talking about Fernwood. Did you guys see Sweet Rush? So here's what I have to say about this. I'm very excited. My next collection, which is the spring summer collection, was released by American Crafts this week because it was their kind of online trade show. So it's released, but it's not shipping till April. So you're going to find, I feel, again, let's give Fernwood its love and give it the attention it desires and needs and deserves. And then we're going to move on to this beauty. So this is Sweet Rush. I'm not going to walk through the whole thing, because here's the other thing is, I don't want to walk through this whole collection because it's not shipping. There are a few places that are doing pre-orders. I think in about a month's time, because I want to give you guys a break from Christmas. So I'm not putting Sweet Rush up for the pre-order, even though my whole order has been placed, for a little bit, because I want to give you a breather. It's not shipping until they say April. So I'm going to plan that class for like June or something, and then ship it as soon as it comes. But are you ready? And it comes with its there was a stencil set inside. It comes with its own album, and it is a wider binding. It is so exciting. So you guys have definitely been giving me the love with Sweet Rush. It comes with all these pocket pages and then printed binder pages as well. So I am very excited. We're going now, and Yessie and all you guys that are like little smart bums, we're saying, because I'm like, oh, look, and it's so big, we'll have lots of room. And then Yessie said, I can't wait to do the 95-page album with you, because she knows if it's bigger, Vicky's going to put more in it. And you're probably right, but I still have to give you a hard time. So I love it. Very excited about the album. And then there's the glazes. There's so much stuff coming. So I have ordered all of the things. I will be talking more about it later, but yes, if you want it, like you're participating, a lot of you, many of you, in the Fernwood Lollapalooza, there will be a Sweet Rush one as well. So it'll be good. So just watch. I'm just giving you guys a breather. Like, I feel like it's right after Christmas. I don't want to post another event right away. So I'll give you guys a breather. But like I said, I have the glazes, the stamps, the stencils, all of it. It's all going to be parts of it on my website, but you can pre-order wherever. But just so you know, I don't want to really talk about it a lot, because like I said, it's not coming out till April. So I feel like let's have something to look forward to, right? But to give you an idea, it's very pretty. Oops. So the foil, do you see that, is rainbow gold. It's got an iridescence to it. So it's very fun. Very fun. But yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about with that one. Hi.
Forgot where you went.
Hi, I'm on Facebook Live. It's Friday. Rich missed me. So, yay. Okay. Hi, Val. How are you? Hi, Kari. How are you? So yes, it's going to be very pretty. If you want to see a flip through of the paper, you can go on any of my socials. It's on Instagram and it's on Facebooks. And the other thing I have to say, giving you lots of love, I posted on the Vicky Booten Creative Community, the group page, my group page, and you guys all replied, so many of you, to that post. And I am going to go through, read all of them. I started and then I had to kick kids. I started reading it, and I'm going to go through and read and respond to every single one of you. I think there are like 700 comments on there. So on Sunday, I'm going to sit down and just respond to everybody's comment, because that is the one thing I'm missing. And why I love Friday Night Live so much is that social media is not so social anymore. And I miss the community. And that is my goal this year, to be very interactive with posting on my group page, to commenting on anything that you guys post. I will take like an hour out of my day to make sure I go through that, because I'm sitting over here, Vicky, and just because like a lot of people will think, oh, it's Vicky, but Vicky isn't a real person, and I am, right? And I love the interaction, and I know how good it makes me feel when I post something and people acknowledge it, reply, talk to me, because I'm here all by myself. Well, I'm not, I'm with my family, but I mean, feeling very socially isolated. And I had like a little aha moment that so many people must be feeling exactly how I am. So my biggest thing now will be to get it back to like it was when we were on message boards and the rest. I love it. And doing the Gina Livy program, I have a group of ladies there that I interact with, and I miss that. I actually like being friends with people. Like, I have funny, witty things to say, and they have funny, witty things to say, and it's really nice to have that back and forth conversation. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So big hugs, Irene. I get it. It's the time of year on top of everything else that a lot of us are having those January blues. So I see you, friend, and I'm sending you lots of love. So let's make some art tonight, and let's try to lift our sad spirits and look at something positive. And the positive thing is that we can all gather here tonight and we can make some pretty things. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I can read your comments. Hi, Julie. I was messaging with Julie today too, but I see it. And tell us. Oh, and the other thing I'm sending out for my Ontario friends or anybody who is doing that their kids are at home and they have to school them. Thank you to the teachers, first and foremost, for learning how to pivot like no other, all for the last 28 years or 24 months, whatever it is. It feels like 28 years. I don't remember pre-COVID anymore. And big hugs and love to the parents, the siblings, the aunts, the uncles, the grandmas and the grandpas, everybody who's out there and supporting your freaking kids who are probably driving you crazy and just trying to get through it. From little ones right up to the teens and college kids. So sending you all lots of love. I think it's really important to acknowledge that and let you know you're seen. I totally get it. If you're short with people when you're out at the grocery store, I get it. People are just really trying to do the best that they can. So sending you lots of love. And now I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to craft. Okay. So I've got to remember how to do it. I forget all the things. Because I had like a couple weeks off. Okay, flipping the camera. There we go, friends. Look I prepped lots of stuff. Melanie is an Ontario teacher. Sending you so much love, Melanie. Just a second, I dropped a piece of chipboard on the floor, so I'm just picking that up. I know it's tough. And you guys, like between the teachers, between the parents trying to manage, between the grandparents who ended up having to parent again to school-age children because their kids have to go to work and the job never ends, right, as parents. It doesn't matter if your kids have been out of the house for the last 20 years. You might be having to manage their children. So I get it. Sending you lots of love. Crazy times we're living in, right? Hi, Karen. Hello, friend. You shoveled snow today and you're barely walking right now. And if it's a heavy and wet snow, it's crazy. And hello, Catherine. How are you? I was thinking about you the other day. There's a lot of people that I'm very happy to see back because I think a lot of people were busy with the holidays. So, oh my goodness, I feel like we're back now, right? We're back and ready to have some fun. So my plan for tonight, like I said, tired. So I wanted to do something that I feel probably a lot of people are after their first week back, right? Let's do something fun. So the idea is I'm going to take a sheet of foundations paper. I just threw this on here to look pretty. I have all of my Fernwood collection out. I grabbed, this is a stamp set that I'm going to use. This is the one that is in the Fernwood kit. And like I said, I do have kits left if you think you want to participate in our Lollapalooza weekend. And they are shipping right now as we speak. Tons left, Canada. A lot of you already have them in your home. I love it. So some of you might have this already. We're going to use this stamp set. Inspiring one. These flowers. Thank you, Ellen, my sidekick tonight. Thank you very much. And I probably will use, maybe I might use the fern leaf and the butterfly or moth from this one. Maybe the dragonfly. You guys have been waiting for dragonfly forever. So there it is. It's there. And I have both stencil sets out because I don't know what I want to use, but I'm thinking like the stencils are so much fun with this collection. This one is awesome. It is a lot of fun. And all I do is mask the butterflies if I don't want them in on my art, right? There's this one that looks kind of like knitting. It looks knit. And then the other set is the circles, the floral, and this nice geometric. Okay, I packed your envelope, Julie, or your little box, and they're all in there. So what I did is I took the stamp set and I stamped multiples of the floral, and now I'm going to cut them out because I would like to use them as a mask. So we're going to make like a little floral bouquet. If you see my tiny little sketch, can you see that? So I have 2 photos. I even printed photos tonight, guys. Like, see, New Year, Vicky's going to be on the ball. So I printed photos of Devin and her best friend. So I'm going to use, one is a 4x4 and the other is like about a 2 1/4. And I printed those on my Epson Picture Mate using print to size. Took me 2 seconds. I edited the photos quickly, dropped them in a 4x6 and printed them literally 5 minutes before I came on. I love it. Where can I buy the Fernwood stamp set? Where are you, Tara? It should be out there everywhere. I don't think they're sold out everywhere, right? Question, are we getting both stencil packs in the weekend? No, just one stencil, one stamp. So the one that you get in the kit is not this one. This is the one that is not in the kit. This is a stamp set that is not in the kit. A lot of you ordered it. I might have some extra after I'm done kitting, but I don't know yet. Okay. So yay, Vicky. Who are you? What have you done with the old Vicky? I'm telling you, and this is on like 3 hours of sleep. I did the things. I know it's shocking, right? So like I said, I'm going to take, and ink colors. I don't know exactly which ones I'm going to use, but this is what I pulled out because I know that they will match with this collection. So I have pumice stone for some of the negative and shadow painting I want to do. I have tattered rose in regular distress and oxide. I have abandoned coral in regular, in oxide. And I have barn door in oxide and regular ink. And I'll lay these all out, okay? Because if some of you might be like, too fast, slow down, crazy lady. So barn door in both. Abandoned coral. Tattered rose, one of my favorite colors ever. Pumice stone, because it's kind of a warm neutral. I have evergreen bough. Don't know if I'm going to use it, but I grabbed it because this is what I had pulled out for while I've been working on the kit classes. So I pulled them out. Peeled paint and mustard seed. Okay, so I'm not using all of these, but I just wanted to give you this idea. A peacock charged you at the zoo once and you were terrified. Yes, they can be very nasty birds, but they're beautiful. Your stamps always look so nice. Thank you, Danielle. And they're pretty inexpensive too, because they're not like a polymer, but they still do a nice job, right? Yay! So let's get out a sheet of foundations paper. And what my plan is you're going to stamp your florals on a sheet of printer paper, or you can put it on Post-it notes, or hey, stampers out there. I saw Libby's out there. And Brianne is out there, and lots of other card makers. What is the other paper that you would stamp on this that's repositionable? Give us one of your tips. Jill, I didn't put the dragonfly in the kit because I felt like that would be the stamp set that if people were going to buy one is what they would grab. So I always try to put the one that is not as popular in the kit. So it encourages, because I have to do the things. You guys get that, right? That on top of me wanting to make everybody happy, I also try to think from a business standpoint. Masking. So I need to find masking magic. Where would I find that? Gina's. Is it Gina's? Well, I'm going to be emailing Mrs. K so that I can start. There's something sticky in these scissors. I'm going to grab another pair. Do you see that? That will drive me crazy. So I have to clean them. I'm going to have to get in touch with her so that I can grab some fun new things to try. So let me find my other scissors. Yes, Gina's is good. Is there somebody else that makes it too? I will totally look for that. Peacocks are not nice, but they're beautiful, right? Beautiful. And yes, there is a peacock in the new collection. And the only reason, because you shouldn't be surprised I have a peacock in there. One, I love the look of a peacock feather, and I love that the colors on a peacock, right? So I put it in there. So what I'm going to do, if you have a different stamp set that has dies, go ahead and cut it out. But you want to cut pretty tight to the pattern because we're going to use these as masks. So we're going to stamp a quick stamping pattern. We're going to do a little bit of mixed media because I just feel like it tonight. I know some of you are down just for the scrapbooking, but I'm going to break you of the fear of doing the mixed media stuff. That is another goal Vicki has for this year, is to hit the mixed media hard this year, and to get you guys that are on the fence or a little nervous to try it, I'm going to break you. We're going to be doing the things. I want to do art journaling, but like in Vicki's style, where it can still be photo based. So one of the things that I want to make, and I got to figure out how we're going to do this. Like, how are we going to split our Friday nights? Because I really want Friday nights with a purpose, meaning that maybe we target 2 or 3 different things. And maybe like every first Friday of the month, we do a layout. Let's say every second Monday, a card. Or maybe a technique the first, and then put that technique in 3 different places. And my thoughts are a layout, card, and the last one would be in the art journal. So sometimes I would like to art journal with photos, and sometimes I just want to do techniques. So I really feel like at the end of the year, I would like us to be able that we revisit the end of the year and I say, okay, these are all of the layouts, the cards, and the art journal that I did. So I would like to do it with purpose. How do you feel about that? Like, I feel like it would be awesome if it was like a whole year long thing. Our new card maker. I love them now, Poppy, even though I really like slimline cards. And I think it's just because I can get so much stuff on it. But I would really like to create with purpose this year. So at the end of the year, I can have an album with a bunch of pages in it, like literally where I mean take and print photos. So maybe I say we can have like a photo challenge for that week too, where it's like, okay, these are photos I think you should think about taking this month, right? So that is what I said when I have to sit down and have a total like brain dump where we just do things with purpose. I would like to do things with purpose. Stick it double-sided adhesive sheets. Going to try it now. I love it. So remind me all the fun things you're talking about out there that because I'm cutting, I can't see. So I want all those. This is the other thing as a community, what I would love to do. And then I will drop it in also with my share sale links. Because here's the other thing we have to keep in mind. I will 100% continue to do Friday Night Lives. And I will still continue to share my share sale links and all of the things that help. Because, you know, regardless, it is giving content, like, right, when you're on here and you do it all for free. So it's super helpful for anybody that you watch, that if they have little share sale links or any kind of way that, you know, you give back, and you guys give back to me tenfold by one, purchasing my collections. Super is awesome. That's super awesome. And I love that support. And the other thing that you do is you shop on my site too, right? And then you go into all of my favorite independents and you buy there as well. And I love that. So fun things are coming. You guys noticed that one of the stencil sets you loved, right? One of the stencils, and you guys couldn't find where it was. So closer to the release date, something awesome will come that I can't share details about, but don't worry that that little stencil that you saw that everybody was emailing me, asking me where it was, it's coming. It's just going to be something special closer to the date, right? Jen Shirkus has a page on her site with her links. Do you have that? No, but that's a good idea, Brianne. That's what I'm going to be looking for. And we've talked about it is once I get through this kit, and write these instructions, I am going to put an ad out for a social media manager. And I would like to find some people to help me on our private group. Well, it's not a private, well, I guess it is a private group because you have to join, right? But it's not private in the sense that people aren't allowed to come on. But I just think we just got to get back to crafting with a purpose. So whatever I can do to help you guys manage that, I'm all in. So what we're doing now is whatever stamp set you're doing, I'm just creating masks so that we can stamp and layer them and wait. The idea in my head is really fun. I'm hoping the reality will be just as good, right? I'm hoping the reality will be just as good. Question: how many of each flower do you need? I'm going to do 3, Krista, just to be safe, right? Please post your share sale links on your website. I'm totally going to do that, Vicki. I'm actually would like to, like I said to Natalie, I'm going to get my design team, and I actually have to talk to Nicole about this because she has a Shopify as well. I'm going to get the design team to post their projects. They don't even need to put a lot. I just want pictures up that we post right on the blog on my share sale. So you guys can find everything on vickyboutin.com. So when you guys are looking for class information, anything that I can share that you think would be helpful in the world of Vicki Boutin, I'm going to try to get up on my webpage. It's the thing I would like to do. I would like to just make it easier for all of you guys, right? I'm buying the stamps now. What else is not in that kit that I need to have the whole collection? Go on vickyboutin.com and it's listed there, okay? It's just easiest. And then if you're shopping through Cherry on Top, scrapbook.com, or Simon Says Stamps, Simon Says Stamp, I would love if you use my share sale link. I did not have time to post them on this tonight, but if you use any of the links, it will work because it costs you nothing, but it certainly helps with the time that I put into this. And then plus, like, I want to put a ton of time into this year. I just feel like my mantra this year is like crafting for fun, but with purpose. I would like to see something in the end that I've achieved. I would like when we come back and we're celebrating Christmas next year, I can go through and list and open a whole thing where we can look at the things. What did I miss? What's going on with Kari? Because that's something I noticed. I haven't seen you for a while, Kari, right? What's happening? Somebody tell me, because I will pray for you and love you too. I just want to know. Good job, Jill, right? And then you guys know that with my collections, I put a limited amount of whatever I'm not selling in the kit. Like if you guys get down and you're like, oh, I'm going to do these classes with Vicki, I love this idea, I will sell a limited number of the things that aren't in the kit on my website. But we always sell out. I never buy enough for everybody because I also 100% encourage you to support your independence, right? You guys know why, one, I do the kits because I'm teaching and it just makes it easier to have it all in one place. And the other thing is it's how I make my living, right? Everything that I sell on my store and the kits for my class all replace all the in-person teaching that I normally would do. But it is definitely how I make my living. Product sales, and you could talk to any single artist out there, it's definitely not where you make your living, right? It might be a little extra on there, but it certainly isn't. So like I said, any way you can support, and I'm not just talking about me, anybody who you enjoy, the content they're putting out there is a great way to give back. And like always, I love all my independent stores who totally support the whole Vicki Boutin brand. And I just want you guys to know I see you out there working your butts off. And you've had to pivot, a lot of you, in these times where numbers are limited in your stores and shutdowns. Oh, I missed. Did Kari say what happened? I have to go back now because. Hi, Shelly and Shirkston. You're so close to me. I'm in St. Catharines. Please send Kari all the love. She is one of our most loved friends. She is, and I missed it. Treatment will. What happened, Kari? I'm sending you so much love. We will talk later. We will talk later. But yes, Kari is definitely one who gives back as much kindness as is put her way. So we need to send her as much love as possible. So thinking about you, sweet friend. Love you so much. You're not disrobing, Glenda. Good to hear, but I wouldn't judge you if you were. Wouldn't judge you if you were. So I hope some of you are playing along. I know this part takes a bit, and I was going to do it ahead of time, but then I thought anybody playing along would still need to cut these pieces. So if I did it ahead of time, you couldn't work with me. So that is why I am doing it with you right now, right? So I'm going to cut 2 of these out for now, the little daisy shape. If I need the other one, it's stamped and ready to go, but I will just cut 2 out for now. Just cutting 2 out for now. See, there's a reason that you were on my mind, Kari, because I was thinking I haven't heard from Kari in a while. So sending you so much love, my friend. Did everyone have a good holiday? I hope Santa was good to you. It was a blur. My Christmas tree is still up because my house looks like a warehouse currently because I'm packing boxes, and this should have all been done months ago, as any of you guys who've been following along. I had every intention that these kits would have been out, but we were waiting for the paper pads forever. And now it's all in my house and I hate it. So I said to my husband, I'm like, see, most people can leave work. Like they have somewhere to go. The only place I can go right now in my house that doesn't feel sometimes like it's work is bed. And then I go up to bed and I can't sleep. So isn't that crazy? It was your 61st birthday on the 27th. Happy birthday, Jerry. Happy birthday. Sarah, my tree is up too. Oh, and hello, Debbie. Did you see? Because I texted you or sent you an email. Didn't I, Debbie? I was thinking that I did. Happy Ukrainian Christmas. Very exciting. And Diane, that is not fun. Diane spent the Christmas in the hospital. So sending you lots of love too, right? I said to my husband, this one was a blur. Like this Christmas was just a write-off anyway. I was happy to be with my family and very happy for all the positive things that we can look at, but it's tough. It was tough. It's a tough one. So I get it, right? So I am going to cut some of these little ones out, and then I'm so excited for what's in my head. I hope it turns out as well on paper as it did in my head. Are you guys ever like that? Where you're making something and you have like an idea, or you sketch something out, or you saw a sketch and you're going to use the sketch, and you sit down and you're going to make it because it looks so freaking awesome in your head. And then you sit down to make it and it can go either way. But I've learned a long time ago that I just go with it. I do not get mad if it doesn't turn out exactly how it was in my head. The other thing that Vicky Boot needs to do is I totally need to make an eye appointment, because I don't know if on top of how tired I've been lately, but my eyesight has gone directly to the pot, right down the drain. I can hardly see anything. So that is the other thing that I will be doing. I need to make that appointment, is go and get an eye exam. Anybody else? Like freaking 50, man. As women, if we don't go through enough, but now I always prided myself on having very good eyesight, and then boop, done. I cannot see. I think eye strain is part of it. From looking, I find now in during the vid that a lot of us are very much more on electronics. Like we're tied to our phone more than we ever have been, because I think it's just the nature of wanting to connect. And I don't know if that's part of it, but I definitely need to get my eyes checked. So you might be seeing Vicky with some really cute glasses soon. You might be seeing me with like 10 different pairs of glasses, because it's probably what's going to happen. Probably freaking bifocals or some kind of craziness too. Yep, using daily eye drops at 51 strain from the computers. Yeah, I believe it. And I missed whatever happened with Elizabeth. So sending love to you too. Eyesight goes down the hill from 40. I believe it. It's happened to me. I'm living it. Glasses need to match the earrings. 100%, Ellen. I need turquoise ones, red ones. Nicole, if she's still out there, she has the prettiest turquoise glasses, and I need to copy Nicole. I need a pair of turquoise glasses. Yeah, they're a great accessory, but I wish I had Nicole's hair too. Nicole has flowing locks, so she always looks nice. She does really fun things with her hair. You know, she always styles it in really interesting ways, and then puts her turquoise glasses on, and I'm like, you look hot. So we'll see. Vicky will either look hot or like Mrs. Doubtfire, and it'll probably be like Mrs. Doubtfire. Okay, just these ones here, friends. What are cheaters? You know, the ones that you just buy at like Winners and stuff, or at Shoppers Drug Mart, or the ones that just have the what do you call it, magnifying glass in it, right? I miss you too, Nicole. I know when I tried those on that I only needed like whatever the lowest magnification. So I did put them on and I could see. So maybe I need, where I have some down here somewhere. I don't know where I put them. Let's see. Vicky has a pair. Look. Of course, they're Ray done. Look at, see, whatever this is. So I'm going to try one. This one might be too much, right? I bought 1.5. I don't think I even tried these on. So I'm going to see. I'm going to put these on, and let's see if I can actually see a little bit better. These hurt my eyes though. I'm going to have trouble if I have to wear glasses. I think that these are a little too strong, but at least I can see the paper. So Vicky has her glasses on, trying to be cool like Nicole and all you guys who wear glasses. But it's better. I can actually see the paper a little bit now, but I cannot read the screen at all. It's like the eyesight thing happens overnight. 100%, Marianne. 100%. It's like literally overnight. I was like, what is this craziness? Seriously, everything else goes. You will adjust like Lael. Yes, Lael has, she's worn them for a long time. Lael lost her eyesight before I did. But I'm going to have to get, like, these ones I think are too strong. But they'll work for tonight. I just can't read your comments. So I have to wear them on my nose, right? Is that what you guys do? Just wear them on the tip of your nose so you can look up and down? Oh, man. Falling apart. You're getting a kick out of my fussy cutting blind? Yeah, because I have to hold it out here. Do you notice that? What the heck? Okay, almost done. And then the magic's going to happen. So get ready for it. So I am going to cut these last two flowers quickly from the fussy cussing, because I know a lot of you hate this, but I just feel like suck it up. You got to do it because it is where it's at, unless you have dies. But then I find sometimes the dies have a border and it's not really good for masking. So your personal preference, but you could certainly have done these on sticky notes. I just have repositionable adhesive beside me here that I'm going to use. And we're going to make a little flower garden around the picture. I'm going to go blind tonight with these stinker claws. That was the best thing ever, right? Art requires sacrifice sometimes. You're funny tonight, Daniel. 100%, I agree. You can get bifocals for computer and reading. I have 2 sets of bifocals because I can't handle trifocals. Trifocals. I'm really trying to deny the fact that I am aging. I always say I always still feel like the youngest person in the room, even when I'm with my daughter and her friends. Ask her. Next time Devin's down here, ask her, because she's like, will you get out of my room? Like, why? Because we're in here dancing and getting ready to go to a party. Why are you in here dancing like you get to come to the party? And I'm like, because I'm fun. Why are you denying me my fun? And mommy doesn't get to have her own friends right now with COVID. I've been stuck at home for the last 28 years. And now I want to hang out with your friends. She won't let me. I'm sure they tolerate me, but you know, she's like, dude, get out of here. Okay, are you ready? So this is good for now. If I need more, we'll deal with that. But my plan is a piece of foundations. If you're new, like maybe you just found me tonight and you're like, who is this weird woman? What is she talking about? Hi, I'm Vicky and we're new best friends. This is my foundations paper. Why I like to use this is it's heavier weight, 140 pound, 300 GM2 squared, whatever that is. It's just a heavier mixed media paper. So when we go to do wet techniques, it will work well on this paper and you won't get paper buckling. So I am going to pull a piece of this out, and this is what we're going to start to build. I am going to scrapbook tonight. That is what I decided was on the agenda for this evening. And my plan is that pattern paper is going to go on this side. My photos, let's cut them out, are going to go here. Paper trimmer. Oops, that's Devin and Mackenzie, the 2 who don't let me dance with them. Who don't let me dance. Oh, I can't even see this. Vicky, trying to deny the fact that I can't see, and I just totally cut my border off, which I wanted to leave on there. So we'll pretend it's on there. And I can always reprint the photo if I want to, or just go with it. Just for positioning, I'm going to cut these out. So I will for sure mat these with a couple layers of mats from the pattern paper from Fernwood. But just so you guys have an idea, this is the plan. So these are going to go here with paper around them. You can use as many photos on this layout as you want, right? I know a lot of you probably look at it and go, what is up with this like 2 photo, 1 photo? For me, it's because I'm not trying to get all the photos on one page. I really like the blending of the art, the product, because I love the stuff, and then a photo, right? So you do whatever makes you happy. You do not have to only do a 2 photo spread, but it will work. But you could put a whole bunch down the side if you want. So my idea is that I'm going to now stamp some flowers just right around here. Okay. And then I'm going to show you the idea in my head. And we're going to hope that it's going to turn out the way I want to. So I am going to build like a little flower garden. I also have a pen. So when I stamp the leaves, if I want to make like a little stem of flowers or whatever, I can totally do that. So you want to make sure you have a pen that is going to be stable with water. So if you're not too sure, just put it on another piece of paper, take your water brush or spray it and make sure it doesn't bleed. Okay. Make sure it doesn't bleed because there is going to be a little bit of wet technique here. So the one thing that I'm going to do is take my lightest shade, which is why I pulled out. Remember I told you I love that color Tattered Rose? I'm going to go in and do a little bit of kissing with Tattered Rose, just a light pink wash, just in that one section right here. Very light, very little bit. So I'm going to take a sheet of acrylic or plastic. You could take packaging, anything that has a little bit of stability. This is one that I used to use in classes all the time, so it's super thick, but you could even use the backing of your stamp set, whatever you have, okay? Make sure it's clean. If you've done this with me before, it could be dirty, so I'll just give it a wipe and make sure no other color's coming off of it. And I'm going to take regular distress, not the oxide, and we're going to do the kissing technique. So I'm going to put a little bit of ink. You could use watercolor, any water-soluble ink. You could have your art crayons out tonight if you wanted to use that. It just needs to be something that when I put water on it, it will react with the water and move around. Okay? So while my brush is loaded, I'm not going to waste some of those little drips. And I will put a little bit of that on my page as well. And then I know it's going to kind of stamp in here. It does not have to be perfect. I just want a little kind of hint of pigment there. Okay. So that's it. Can you see it? A little bit of light pink. And yes, and I don't want anybody to feel like it's just the realization, right? I still feel like I'm 16. Remember I told you guys, it's just the eyesight that I'm going to have issue with. So I don't want anybody to feel like there's any ageism going on. You could be 85 and still going, and your eyesight might be better than mine tonight. I think a lot of it, I'm going to just dry this quickly because I don't have the time to wait for that. Right? 50 is the new 30, 100%. It's just the eyesight thing that was freaking me out. I'm like, where did this come from? Like literally overnight. So I'm not baking this. I'm just taking some of the moisture out so only pigment is left behind. And it's still wet, but I'm going to pick the rest up with my paper towel because I only want a hint of color back here. It just kind of gives me an idea of where I want to start stamping. Okay. See that little hint of color? I know I'm throwing a shadow tonight, so I apologize for that. Okay. And now I'm going to start stamping some flowers in that area. Just taking up some of that moisture. I have my stamping block. I have a permanent black stamping ink. And let's see. Okay, Vicki, can you make it look on paper like you did in your brain? We will see. So I'm going in with the largest flower, which I love. The stamp is so fun. And I am going to stamp it. What are we thinking? Right about here. Okay. I'm going to mask that because I want a couple of these. So I will take my repositionable adhesive, or you could, like I said, don't put your arm in your ink. And I'm going to mask that so I can stamp another one. And hoping for the best too, right? So see what that did now is I'm making this little flower arrangement. So I'm going to put that back down. And might put one more on here. There'll be more, but I mean for right now while we're building this little. And I'm eyeballing it. Something that might be super helpful for you guys too is to practice this on another sheet of paper when you're kind of trying to make your own little bouquet of flowers, because once you get it down there, you can't move it, right? Once it's stamped, because it's stamped on the background, you can't really move it and change your mind. So it might not be a bad idea to stamp it on another page just to kind of get an idea of how it's going to work. But see, so far, look at how pretty that looks. Right? So now let's build into it. I'm going to mask all 3 of these so I can just figure out where I want to put the next bits down, and we can get our leaves out as well. And this technique, next week, we're going to use to make a card. Is anybody playing along with me tonight? Or am I flying solo? Am I flying solo? Because I know a lot of you will watch the first time, right? And then decide from there what you want to do. Okay, so I think I'm going to put one in here. Oh, another thing I want to do. Are you ready for it? So I don't even know if I'll stamp this one yet. I'm going to take, look at these ones are going to come down like, and I'm going to make a branch. So they're going to be little flowers that go like on a branch. Isn't that going to be fun? So totally going to do that. So I'm going to put the daisy right here. Hope it stamps well. Okay, one there. One up here. And then let's stamp our little ones coming down here, because I can use that kind of as a guide. I'm observing and learning. I love it. Surgery on Monday. I missed that. Praying for a speedy recovery. We all will be too, Kari. Thank you for letting us know that it's on Monday. I was going to play along, but then I got overwhelmed with all the distress colors I don't have. I have tons of oxides, but not distress. You're okay though, Yessie. Use what you have. Don't be, like I said, it's a suggestion. I don't care if you could use one color with this too. You could be using one color for your flowers, and you could use a color for your leaves, and then something that you can use as a filler, and it would be totally fine. So I'm going to put one like here, like the branch is starting there. And then we'll put one here. Oh, let's mask one. Woo, just for fun. I want you to play along, Yessie. I don't want to have stressed you out. So use what you have. It's totally okay. That's another thing, you know, when we're talking about things that I want to come out of this year, is I don't want anybody to feel like you can't play along, because if you're newer to scrapbooking and you don't have all of the things, that you can't play, because 100% you can. There are some basic things that I would tell you, yeah, it's definitely worth investing your money in, but you don't need a ton of things, right? You don't. You can do a lot of this. I feel bad now that I stressed Yessie out. Do I say that right, Yessie, or am I totally probably pronouncing your name wrong? I apologize if I am. I can get your crafts at Stamplicity. Yes, you can. Great store in Port Colborne. See, look, see, and my friend Janice is here. She's from Port Colborne, and I need to visit her one day and go to the Smoking Buddha, one of my favorite restaurants. If you guys are ever in the Niagara region and you go to to Port Coburn, you want to check out the Smoking Buddha. Let's see where we're at. Let's see what it looks like so far. Okay, gonna lift all my bits off. Look how fun. Look at how fun, friends. So now let's do this. Let's start building. Because you guys like to doodle flowers, right? Well, tonight we're going to use a stamp set, but we're still going to doodle some things. So we have a couple leaves in here that we can use. So let's grab them. Did I pronounce it correctly? Oh, I'm so glad. Your family rented a beach house in Port Coburn. I love it. Just make sure if they're there that they go to the Smoking Buddha, because it seriously is a game changer. So good. Such a good restaurant. Okay, so we have all these little flower leaves. So I need some open space. So I'm going to have to do, let's look again, right? So we know Devin and Kenzie are going to kind of go here. So this is all really tight. I need some looseness. So let's look at that now. Before we go on to the next one, I want my daisy mask. No, this mask. Because I'm going to put a daisy over here. Another one. Because I want some negative space. Like it's all very clustered and it needs to spread out a little bit. Because you know tonight, depending on how it goes, because you've met me before, unless you're new and then you don't know this about me, but I could end up where we do lots of this stuff and then we don't have time to actually make the layout. Wouldn't be the first. But I think we will, because I don't have a lot of plan for a ton on this layout. I want more of the work to be in the art making. So I'm going to put that there. And then the other thing that we have is the smaller flower that we can add. You miss Niagara? Did you live in the Niagara region? That's where I am. A lot of people, when they watch, my Canadian friends think I'm American. But I am, in fact, Canadian. And then I'm very excited that some of my American friends, if she's still here, just live right over the border from me. My friend Valerie is very close to me. She lives right over the border. Some of these are so similar that I don't know which piece goes where. Just give me a second to figure it out. Okay. This is where I start to get nervous too, is I don't want to make a mess of it. Putting too much, because sometimes you got to know when to stop, right? But I do know that we need to fill some space in, so I will do that there. And then let's put a leaf in here. I did not mask the leaf, so I have to make sure. Let's see what we have going on here now. Very fun. Put some leaves up here. We're going to make this little stem come out of here, and I feel like it's good, right? See? Like I feel now, we just need a couple leaves up here. I'm going to make the stem here with a couple leaves off of it, and I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to go with that. So let's start to, you could draw this with pencil, right? The branch, But this, I'm going to make these little flowers like it is on a branch. Okay, so I'm just kind of starting that. I can thicken it up. Almost like cherry blossoms, right? But I am making it like not, the lines are made to look like a little ratchet. Okay. See? And then we have this leaf in the stamp set that's pretty black. See it? I think that would be fun, don't you think, on here? Oh yeah, look at that. I love it. So I'm going to mask this leaf because just the shape that it's, or direction it's going in. I cut those out, didn't I? Those little ones. I just got to find it. And I'll keep these and just reuse them. You don't have to cut them out again just because they get mucked up, right? When you start putting the stuff on it. So let's put that down. And possibly one over here. I hope you guys know I am so freaking happy you're here with me tonight. So I'm going to put some leaves right there. Okay. Well, it lifted, but look, I love that. See? Look how pretty. So I'll put another one here and maybe one out here and one behind here. So for that one, let's mask that other flower. Mask that. Mask the big one here. And I'm going to put a leaf there. And just to be careful, to be safe, I will also throw that down on the daisy and this one here. Just to be safe. And I'm going to stamp another of these little black leaves in there. Sorry, concentrating, and that's the only time you'll ever hear Vicky be quiet. And anybody who's been around me will be like, wow, she's being really quiet. Because I'm sure a lot of you are like, I've never heard Vicky not speaking the whole time. It happens. Not very often, but it does happen. Okay. Now let's put some more of these green leaves on, and then let's just be done with this because, you know, you could just keep going and going, right? But it works. I'm going to darken the black up on the branch because now I'm finding it kind of doesn't make sense. So we will work that a little bit. And let's put a leaf over here. How we doing? Hello, Jennifer. Yes, the color study stamp set will work perfectly. Needed this today, so appreciate your class. Thank you, Poppy. You just watched To Sir with Love the other day. Yes. That's when I saw that Sidney Poitier past, it's the first thing I could think of with Twiggy, right? Was Twiggy in that? To Sir with Love? Freaking loved that movie, right? Has everybody seen that? To Sir with Love? To Sir with Love. Boom, 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 boom. I love that movie. And sorry if my singing made you never want to watch it. Do not let that change your mind. It is excellent. Excellent, excellent movie. Okay, one up here. And then I'm going to step away because I feel like it's getting a little crazy. I think that's good, right? It looks, right? Balanced-ish. Yes, I'm going to add more ink now. So now that it's as stamped as I'm going to make it, I'm going to add some. We're going to paint. Now we're going to paint. Oops, I threw a dirty stamp on my photo. Did you see that? Don't do this. I'm going to have to print this for sure now. Don't do what Vicky just did. Who's playing the drinking game tonight? Why? Because I just sang. I love it. Love it. That was your dad's Lulu. That's who it was, right? Lulu. Freaking loved that movie. Okay. See? Fun though, right? From the stinking little stamp set, all the possibilities. So if you want to take a look or screen capture, so if you want to build this after, you can do that now. But that, I'm going to hold this here for you guys for a second. And then if you want to build something similar, like I said, I didn't practice this, so maybe I could have done a better job, but I'm going with it. So I want to do negative painting. So I'm going to drip a little bit of paint in here first. I don't want to do a lot. I kind of like the softness of this. So look at, see, I'm not going to use all these colors anyway. For sure, I'm going to go in with pumice stone. Pumice stone's going to happen. And I'm just going to use one shade that's a little bit darker. We could go in if you wanted to with the oxide. Probably won't. But you guys know. And then greens. I'll use a little green. I'm going to use the evergreen bough. I don't even know. Maybe a little peeled paint. I might not. I might use most evergreen bough. So let's start with the green. So I'm going to get my sheet of plastic again. And I'm going to use it as my palette. And I'm going to put evergreen bough, which I love, is a beautiful color. It might not be one that you have in your arsenal because you didn't know how awesome it is. Same with tattered rose. If you don't know, you don't know, but you might know now. Okay, so I'm going in very light. I don't want to put a lot of pigment down here. So I'm going to mix it. I'm going to wick pigment and water out so I can go in pretty dry to start. And I'm just going to put a hint of pigment down. Tap it in, not a lot. I just want a hint of color. I'm not really fully painting, but I do like this evergreen bough. And then I can put a little bit of depth with the, actually, let's make a new color. I'm not going to go in without blending these out to make a new, just a little bit deeper turquoise. Okay, just to make it interesting. I don't want a lot of pigment on these. They're not meant to be all painted. Okay, just a little bit. I might even make that little bit there. Some of the centers, we can add a little bit of that green. But this is meant to just be very soft, very soft. What's another color? Just a very soft green, Pam. And anything, which ones are masked? I masked all of them to stamp so they didn't stamp over top of each other. That's it for my green. I'm not even, you know what I might do though? Water it down like crazy. And I might put a couple of little taps because I actually like the green is a nice color with the, so look, I'm even tapping it into some of my pink here. Okay. And now I'm going to wipe this up. And if you weren't here from the beginning, probably best to just kind of watch along and then watch from the beginning for all of that masking, right? Because it is one of those you need to kind of get an idea. So I told you different colors that will match this collection. You don't have to use these colors, especially if you're not using Fernwood, right? But flowers are flowers. Paint them any color that you want. I love that. I love it, Pam. All right. So very happy with this so far, right? Very soft. I hope that shows up on the camera. This green, I'm just going to tap up because I don't care if it's dark, but I'll lift it just so I'm not working with a whole bunch of wet paint around here. And we could go in like maybe, I have some ripe persimmon. I might use that just because it's here, but with a tattered rose. Okay, just a little, because ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot, right? I don't want that full on. And I'm not using oxide, and the only reason is that the oxide would cover up my black stamping. So I'm going to pull out some more of that tattered rose and just touch a little bit of the ripe persimmon in it, just to go around and add a little bit more pigment in here. But like I said, my goal is not to have tons of color in here. It's just, this is just to add a little bit of depth. So just going in here, I'm going to put a different color on those, these flowers. We'll figure that out in a second. Oh, mustard seed might be nice on these daisy-like ones, right? So I'm going around just where those petals kind of overlap, just to have like a little shadow. If you don't like what you're doing too, just take some of it away. Okay, just adding. I am not somebody who does this all the time, so I am certainly not a master colorer, but I can fake it. I'm going to go in with more of that in here. There we go. Okay. I am going to clean that up, and I'm going to pick up, I'll leave a little bit on there maybe, and mustard seed for these ones. Like I said, just putting a little bit of color down. Okay, a little bit of color down. Not perfect. Did you see how messy I just painted that? Did you see that? I might put a little bit of yellow on these ones. Just a little bit of yellow. Not a lot, just a little. And now get ready for it, the fun part. I'm going to even put a little yellow in that leaf. There. Okay. Good enough. Not perfect coloring, don't care. Now we're going to go in with the pumice stone. And we'll see if it's dark enough. And we are going to paint around the outer edge of these flowers. So if you want, you can take your clean paintbrush and you can start to add water like you're painting around this shape. And you want to make sure you don't paint into the flower, because wherever you put water, that's where pigment's going to go. So I just find, because now we're painting a lot of surface area, I'm floating clean water that I can now tap my pigment into. Rather than a dry brush directly on, I can start to tap some pigment in there. Make sure your brush isn't loaded with tons of color. You're better to go in light, and you can build your depth, right? You can build that. Like I have a lot of pigment right there. I'm going to lift it up and put some more down. Okay, lots of water. Put some clean water in, brush that out. Tap it in. So you're trying to make now those flowers pop. And like I said, you can start to build some of the depth as your pigment starts to dry. And as it comes out from my flower arrangement, I want it to be much lighter. So I will soften these edges where it starts to bleed out. So pigment here, tap it in, and then we'll let it bleed out. Don't make it a complete halo around everything, but you do want that kind of shadow to make your flowers pop. And then I break it up out here, right? So it looks, if it's too wet, just pick some of the pigment up, brush it in, tap, tap, tap. So I really like this pumice stone, because do you see it's like a greeny gray? And to build depth, you would let the layers dry. And I am just, do you notice I don't stroke. I just tap the color in. And you need a decent round brush to help that process. How we doing? Okay. So we could do this. I've done this before too, where it is a whole bunch of mixed media, where we could then go in and paint around here in gesso first, where we would have kissed a whole bunch of color to the background. And then when we fill it in, right, you could come in with gesso. So there's lots of different ways that you can make this really fun. But you don't want it all to just be one giant halo. Like, see, as you're brushing it around, you want some of this to be lighter, a little bit darker. You don't want one big pool of paint. I want it to kind of drip in there. I will tap some pigment in here. So if you want to even start it, just tap some of that out here, right? So it doesn't just kind of end in a big kind of halo around here. Tap, tap, tap. I know I'm not as good as Dawn. Dawn says watercolor. I'm speaking her love language. Dawn is a master. Vicky is just a muddler. I need to spend some more time practicing this because it certainly is. Watercolor is not the most forgiving. It takes a little bit of practice, but the effort and the work that you put into it really pays off if you want. Especially, I find you card makers will make some beautiful, beautiful things. So to build the depth, you can't build depth wet on wet because all it's going to do is just kind of pool into what's already there. So I can totally come back if I want to and put another layer of that. I don't know how much of this is going to show and what I'm going to cover with my photo. So I'm just kind of breaking it up. But yes, you want to check my friend Dawn out. She does Friday, lives on Thursday. What day do you do, Dawn? Thursday? She owns a stamp company called W+9, and she is a master colorer. So you definitely want to check her out. So see some of these edges that are starting to dry. I'm just going to soften with a little bit of water. Just so I don't have that hard edge. I'm okay with it being a little bit there. And then I'll tap some of that in there too. And I do know here that I would really love when that dries a little bit to go in here and add a little bit of depth. Well, let's just give it a little blast with my heat gun. Dawn's card last night were beautiful, no doubt, Mari. She's amazing in so many ways with her music knowledge and dance moves too. So she's not just a master crafter, but we like to bust the moves when we finally get together. So many amazing people I have met in the card making world. Dawn is one of them. Stampers, card makers. I'm not baking this like a biscuit. I'm just trying to take some of that moisture out. How do I find Dawn's site? It's on Facebook. W+9. The word plus. W+9. She makes beautiful stamps too. She's awesome. So I'm going to go in there now, just a little bit of shadow, and then we can move on to the scrapbooking portion because I lied. I'm going to do it tonight. Yay. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of a little idea on how to use this stamp set. And it's fun that even as scrapbookers, we can still find interesting kind of card making watercolor techniques to put on your pages. Is Libby still here? Libby works for another amazing stamp company, Hero Arts, who I used to do a lot of work for back in the day. Another awesome company with amazing owners. See, I'm getting some wicking in there. Do you see it? But I'm going to just embrace it. Kind of go with that. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some drips of water on here to eat at the ink a little bit. Soften up my wick. And then just kind of embrace it. And now I'm going to lift it. I'm just going with it. Good enough. See here? Too wet. That's what happened there. Too wet. But for what we're doing here, it's totally okay. Too wet. And I knew it. I saw it happening, but I was just going with it anyway. But we can put some other embellishments on there. Couldn't hide that on a card, can totally hide it on a layout. Yes, thank you very much. Pam just said, I just liked this video. Thank you. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure that you're doing that here on, if you're on what are we on? YouTube. And then if you're on my Facebook, make sure as well that you're following along. And if you haven't, make sure you join the Vicky Booten Creative Community group page. I never talk about these things. See that little, if I let that dry, I could put a little bit of layer on top, but for right now, we'll just leave it. So now let's make a quick layout. Yes, and it's going to happen. Remember, I told you guys that I want to take this technique now and revisit it next week on a card, and then the week after in an art journal. So we will use, that's going to bug me. You know, I'm going to have to go in there right now. I can't leave it because the color separated and it turned awfully purpley pink. So I'll just go in here. Tap a little bit of pigment on there. It's drier now. I'm okay if it looks muddled. I just don't want it that light right next to the flower. Yay, 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 yay. Almost. So we'll break that up because that is the magic with distress, is that it is water reactive. Did you see that it's Tim Holt's birthday today? Normally we're at trade shows and I would get to see him and say happy birthday. See you later, Don. Glad that you were able to pop in for a little bit. So see what just happened there? Just by putting a little bit of water marking, we can add a little bit of interest where it takes some of the pigment away. Let it sit for a second. Thanks, Natalie. For the community page, where we are definitely a community. If you're looking for a bunch of like-minded crafters, you can find them there. Okay, done with the mixed media portion. Let's make a layout. Just getting some of the dampness out of here. And then we can mix our, pick our pattern paper. He's missing Disneyland, I know. I know. I remember when we used to go to California to the trade show, and he would go every year before or after setting his booth up. Okay, a little cleany, little cleanup. So, oh, here, I have another idea. You ready? Can I show you something else I think would be fun? So let's mask a couple of these. And because we can, and I think it will be fun, are you ready for it? We're going to stencil on top of this now. Going to stencil a little bit. So we're going to mask. Again, some of our work. might not have enough of those little flowers, but we can work in a section. We'll work in a section. So I have, I'm going to go in, I think, with this one. Okay. And I am going to use an ink blending tool. I just have to get See you later, Karen. I know it's very late. Vicki, don't forget to mention that we will be getting the group organized by using albums and guides. Yes, we're going to be working on our group so that it's much easier to manage and to find what you're looking for. So when you post things, it'll be nice if we just post them in the album according, or the appropriate album. Will be fun, right? So I'm going to go in here very lightly and build a little bit of a pattern. Look how fun. Isn't that fun? I love it. That just kind of tied it together. Do you see what I did there? So I'm going to carry some of that down here. I don't have, oh, yes, I should. I can move this guy up here. Throw a daisy on there. I don't even care if it's perfect. I'm just going to put that there. And very subtly add in a little bit of pattern. I love that. It almost looks pixelated, right? So I don't have masks for up here, so I'll just kind of keep it on the outer edge. Very nice, if I may say so myself. So I'm going to put a little bit. Isn't that fun, friends? What color distress ink is this one that everybody should have is pumice stone. It's a very green gray. So now let's pull it all off. And now we have, especially if you don't really love how your watercolor turned out around the outside. Now I'm going to show you one more step because it's still a little perfect for me. So I will take my water and I will drip in so it looks like worn wallpaper. I want some of these stenciled areas to not be so perfect. So what we do is go in and it will look like it is distressed. Now we don't rub this. When you go to do this now, you will pick it up with your paper towel. Okay, so now I have areas where it is wet. I will take a section of my paper towel like this, and I'll pick that up, and it just softens some of my stenciled areas. You could even take and wet, and then that just will take it down a little bit. So it's not perfect. I don't want it just this like perfect screened kind of area. So because it is distress, I can take that and totally soften that. I love that, friends. We're going to do this again. We're going to do this again, right? So this will end up happening for a card next week, and I'm going to just use a different color palette, and it will happen for the mixed media as well in a altered. So if you were here the whole time, guess what? It matches what was in my head. I'm quite happy with how this turned out. I'm just taking the moisture out, okay? Just so it's not really wet. How do I organize my dabber thingies? They're in, I have the, I forget what that stand is. Oh, you want a screenshot? There you go. Here, is that good? Oh, I love that. Natalie's going to screenshot it. There you go. Turned out really pretty. I hope you guys can see that, right? So we did a little bit of masking. It did, right? It's good. I love that. And this was like no plan at all. Just kind of a little plan, little mini plan in my head. And you guys can do the things. You could totally do this. And that's why these lives are fun, because you can pause it. You can come back and watch. And guess what? If you don't do it right the first time, it's a piece of paper in your time. You don't give up. You do it again and you do it again until you're happy with your result. So I'm very happy with this. Look at, won't these look pretty on there? Look how pretty. With the colors, it really pops, right? So I'm going to put a piece of pattern paper down this side. I'm going to map my photos and we're going to put it on there. And I love it. So let's decide what we're doing. And we're not going to need much, right? We are not going to need much. I am going to find, and look at how beautifully it matches with our colors in the in this line. Like, it's going to be perfect, right? So my thought was, this is what I originally had thought, that this is going to go down the side here, because I like the contrast of this. So that is what my original thought was. This is going to go down the side. And then we have our photo like this and like this, right? And then we could layer it on the oranges, but I don't know now. I may have changed my mind. I'll show you another paper I think could work that won't compete with it as much. Look at, I love it. Don't you think? Question. I'm new to these blender things. Are you supposed to have one for every color? Or are you supposed to clean them? You can do either, Shannon, but I'd really say, I will put a link. I love the scrapbook.com domed foam, and you can buy a whole package of the blenders. And what I would do is you can print out a card that you laminate and then just put Velcro on, like the male side of the Velcro. And I would just keep one for each color. I'd keep one. I like this. I like that. So but let's see. We'll cut it. Let's try it. Let's cut it. We'll try it. And we can use any side of it. No, I like the brown side. So how much of this do I want? Like, part of me doesn't even want to cover this side now, but I'm going to. I'm just going to go with the original plan, Vicky. And I think a 4.5 inch piece. Yes, hopefully that was helpful, Shannon. But yes, I would, you can buy a whole bag of the domed foams on scrapbook.com and the tool. And then if you have 1 or 2 tools and then each foam for each color of distress, you can print off on Ranger. Well, this won't work because they're too small, but you know what I mean? You could make a grid and then you can put each color in and label it, or you can wash them. I'm not going to lie. A lot of times, guess what I do? I wash them because I can't be bothered. You guys pick whatever color you like. If you don't like what I'm picking, don't use it. Okay? Use whatever makes you happy. So I'm not gluing anything down because then I'm not committed to anything yet, right? If that, yes, Jennifer has a free swatch download on her website. Perfect. Always Jennifer McGuire. I was actually talking with her today. I was talking about you, Brianne, when she posted the picture of you wearing her Share Handmade Kindness. I commented and said, I love her. I love Brianne. And we were chatting a little bit. So this is what, see, I got this caught in my stamp, but when I put adhesive on, I think it will be fine. And then I want to mount these in like the orangey color. You store your foam under the minis. You can do that as well. Yeah. Some of the domed foam is a little bit harder though, right? I am not a torn edge girl though. You guys know that, right? Like I still will have to have it contained. I just can't do it. I can't do it. But you can, if you like that, go ahead and tear away. I'm going to use a border. I know I'm still going to punch a border on it. I could use this, can be in there. I like it. Yeah, do whatever works for you. Look at this blue would work really nicely too with Mackenzie's shirt. See how nice that color looks? They have been best friends for since kindergarten. Oh, I love this. The subtleness of that dot. So I'm going to start right away with mounting my photo on that to start. And then I'll decide what else I want to layer it on. But I love that next to the photo. Tear it, ink it. Have you met me before, Robin? Have you ever seen me tear? Or, well, tear maybe, but I don't ink. I'm not an edge inker. So you totally do that. Yes, I was talking about you, Brianne. She posted that picture and I'm like, oh my goodness, I love her. And I love that I could see your face, right? I could see your face in that photo. I love it. So I'm not measuring. Did you notice that? I'm just cutting it bigger than the photo because we don't need to be that perfect with this because I'll probably put the photo on an angle anyway. See, Robin's laughing at me, trying to make me tear and ink. But you know, I totally support you if you want to tear and ink. It's just not my jam. Do you want funny? I don't know if it really ever was. You remember when that was big? Like everybody used like walnut colored ink and walnut stain. And when those days were around, I probably struggled a little because you've met me. I'm pretty rainbow and butterfly. Like I will do distress with ink and all the rest of it, but never was the, I always say, like I never went to the dark side. So you will see that even though this is a little earthier than what I would normally use, right? The palette, I will still make it as bright as possible. So I'm going to do something like that. I want to, I'm going to do, let's see. I like torn edges though. I will tear them sometimes. So remember my trick because I want a 12-inch scallop border. Yeah, I'm crazy. It's just not my thing. Sometimes I'll tear, but I don't really ink edges. Maybe if I ink them in a color, but it would never be brown ink. Like people will say, do we need ink in the class to ink our corners? And I will say, if that's your jam, 100%. Bring your ink. Do all the things that make you happy. I am never, when I teach a class or you're with me, I'm like, if you leave and the project you made is exactly how you loved it or you love it, I don't care if it looks like mine. Like I said, you paid to be there. I am only your crafting Yoda. I am your guide. in your crafting journey, but I am not the boss of you. I will never be offended. I've been in classes where teachers get so mad when people switch stuff up, and I'm like, don't be mad. Be glad. Don't get mad. Get glad. If people are happy with what they're creating, then who am I to judge if what's right or what looks the best? So now I have a perfectly scalloped edge. It ends exactly the same because I measured on the little mark on my punch. Hi, Keisha. How are you? So I'm going to see if I like this, a little turquoisey piece. Guess what, Debbie? I bought scallop punches I will be adding to the store. It is not a Fiskars one, but I did find some, and I have about 10 of them. I will be adding a scallop punch to my shop, but I have to wait till I get past all this freaking shipping of these kits, right? So I think that I would like to finish my edge off with a border like that. Because that's like Vicky's version of the torn edge is my little scallop border. Because now it's not just raw right up against the painty stuff, right? And we know for a fact I'm going to add foam dots on here. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Do you know this is my first layout using Fernwood? I know, and all you guys, because you know I love border punches. So yes, I have added, there's some new stuff coming out as well from We Are Memory Keepers that I will add to my shop as well, because you know they're my basic tools. Like, you know, it's stuff that I'm like, it's, I think, worth investing in. Our border punches. Oh, I like that. Maybe like that. Even better. We'll decide. Straighten that out. Nothing is committed yet. If you've noticed, I haven't glued anything down. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. It's a spectacular debut. I'm very happy with it. And we haven't even got into the magic yet. We haven't even used a piece of freaking ephemera. I'm very happy. I will be very happy to post this and say, look at my collection, Fernwood. Question. What's your question, Lori? I'm happy to answer it. Fernwood doesn't look like a Jan to Heather. I love it. You're funny. Had to leave for a bit, but that layout is lovely. Thank you, Marianne. So I am just popping some of this stuff up because I got my stamp stuck on this photo. So it's a little warpy. Because that's what happens when you aren't taking care of your stuff. Vicky wasn't taking care of the stuff. So I'm not committed, but I'm loving how it's coming together. I'm going to leave this just with the peach, but this needs one more layer. And I really think I would like, I'll show you the papers that we have. I am digging this one. I love this salmon-y color. Vicky, use an X-Acto knife to cut the outline of the flowers so you can slide the picture in and not cover it. Maybe I might do that, but I still want to add, like, I want to add my title right on it. I'm totally okay that if I cover those flowers up. You know what else we could do though for fun? We could stamp another one and layer it on top for dimension, right? We could make another. That might be fun. I would stamp this one and maybe 2 of these, but I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for the suggestion, Nat. I'll try it in a second, decide if I want that. But I'm really okay with those flowers in the back, but we will decide. I'm looking. So we have lots of options. We could go with a green, which could be very fun. That would match. We have yellow. Look how pretty that would be. But I think I want it tonally. I'm going to go in with this one. Question. What is the name of the stencil? I love this so much. Just finished fussy cutting and your fingers hurt. That will happen. Fussy cussing. That's why we call it our fussy cussing. Oh, we could use a blue too. That stencil was from the Bountiful stencil set. The stencil was from Bountiful. It's right here. Okay. I will put my share sale links on later too. So don't forget, we still have not put our title or anything on. And I don't know if I want, because I love what's going on back here. This is not how I would traditionally scrapbook a page, right? Ooh, I kind of like the blue, my friends. Look. I'll cut a piece out. We can test it, okay? Let's cut a piece out and we'll test it. Let's cut a piece out. And guess what I'm going to do? Well, no, I'm not. I'm a liar. I was going to say I was going to rip one edge. I'm not ripping one edge. See you later, Pam. Yes, this is all recorded. So if you can't stay for the whole thing, because look, it's 10 o'clock. I'm not going to be on much longer because really this won't need much more after we get our mats done. This won't need much more. But that was a great idea from Natalie, right? That you could just pop up the edges. Like I could totally cut this out if I wanted to put it under. Because if it's going in your album, it doesn't matter if the back doesn't look pretty, right? You're going to cover it anyway when you put a layout behind it. So I might have cut this too big. Let's see. That might be too much. Yep, a little bit. I'm going to trim a little bit of that off. See, eyeballing, not measuring. Yep, I like the blue. I'm going to go with the blue. You guys do whatever you want. I'm going to commit these two pieces, though, because I'm happy with that. I love the blue, kind of ties into that turquoise. But you do you. Whatever makes you happy, right? Vicky, where would your adhesive be if you were on Vicky's table? Because I know I brought it over here. Where would the adhesive be if you were on Vicky's table? Let's see if I have another one. I should have 10 around here, right? But do you guys see it and I'm just missing it? Is it laying right here? Not this, because that's repositionable. But I had my gun getting up to look. Maybe I didn't bring it with me. I didn't. It's in the drawer where it belongs. So, as well, friends, you could totally run this through your Mink before you commit it with paper. But once I put it in my album, because remember I told you guys, all of these, every week that I do a layout or anything photo-based, I will print photos, take photos, because I 100% want to finish the year with an album. And I'm really hoping that you guys will as well. Especially some of you friends out there who haven't scrapbooked in a long time. I really want to encourage you to take the photos because it's important to tell your story. And I want you to make layouts with me. Didn't we do paper tearing in the Pink Fresh layouts? I think we did, but it's white based, wasn't it? Serenity. Do you remember? It's not distressy looking like this paper is. Because I can't bring myself to do it. It's just not my thing. But it doesn't mean it doesn't look pretty. It's just sometimes I do it. sometimes. So let's glue some stuff down. I freaking love the stencil on the background. Like, look how pretty that looks. You haven't printed photos since last Christmas. Yeah, we need to start doing it. It's so important. I need to take them. I actually need to start having a life. So if it means I still can't leave the house because we're in lockdown, it won't be forever, but we are in lockdown right now, is that, ooh, look at that green. Haha. Maybe I'll use a piece of both of them. That, if Pat, I don't think Patty's here, but that would be Patty's, my friend Patty's favorite green. So you totally could do that. I don't want that because it doesn't match Devin's shirt. I'm going to go with the blue side. Once I feel forced to organize into albums, I tend to shy away and just delete if I get it posted in the wrong place. Yeah, just, oh, I understand. On my board, do whatever. We just trying to keep it. So what I'm going to go through and do as well is organize all my videos so you guys can find it, right? I want you to find the things. Yeah, I'm going with the blue because it just matches Kenzie's top. But like I said, do whatever works for you in your photo, right? So I like that, a little askew. This one's going to go on here like this, but not committing with the photos until now I decide what I want to embellish with. So let's look what we have. Like, we have some fun stuff in Fernwood. Like, these are vellum with foil on it. Love it. It says, don't forget to enjoy the view. This blue one is very pretty. So, you know, I like to put, let's see, do I have a clip or something? Do I have a clip? Look at, we also have where we could, oh my goodness, look how fun that would be. You could layer a butterfly on there, maybe. I don't know. I'll just stick it there and decide. I kind of like it though. You know, I like my butterflies. Make today count. Don't know. I haven't committed. I'm just throwing some stuff out there. I like the blue on there. Happiness is. I like that too. Look at that. I don't like this anymore. But we have lots of different things that we can use. I like this. I like that because you see that I'm kind of going with kind of subtle. Do you see how those flowers are really starting to pop now? Are you seeing that? Question, did you get a sewing machine? These romantic like flowers would go with some stitching on that scallop. It would. I still have the same sewing machine, and my friend Karen took it to her mom and they think they fixed it, but I think I need to buy a new one, right? I need to buy a new one. So don't know if that butterfly's staying, but we'll just kind of leave them hanging out there. But I like happiness is, I don't really feel like it needs tons, and then I can layer some stickers in there. What else do we have? I don't know. Like I told you guys, I often will have to go because I find this putting it all together in front of my studio audience. Sometimes I feel a little bit pressure, right? I feel pressure to pick the bits. Sometimes I've got to mull it over a bit and I feel like I don't have the time. Look how pretty that would be. Capture the moments. I like that too. Look at that. I know it's probably killing some of you guys that I'm considering covering up the flowers, but I'm all right with that. I think they really pop. I like that too. Although I'm not sure with the orange that I think I would like it better. But look at all the fun things. Look at the things we could add on here. Look at our bits. There's so many bits. For Natalie, we could put a bird on here. Put a bird on there. I don't want to really cover this up though, because I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Oh, look at the dragonfly. Look. You know I'm not going to be able to figure out my embellishments with you guys watching. I'm going to have to do it and then just post a picture because I don't know what I want to do. Here and there. I'm feeling the pressure. Staying in the now. This could be fun too. So many options. Staying in the now. You considered a bird on your layout. You know, Natalie, you're going to love it. Less is best. I do. I agree too. I don't think it needs a lot. And then we still have, right, with this collection. This is so pretty. I don't feel like we need to embellish the heck out of this page. And like Poppy said, I think in this case, less is more. Less is more. But we have, look what we still have. We have a sticker book. Well, I didn't bring the sticker book over. It's still in my cabinet. But we do have book stickers, which you know I want to put something along this side. So I'm going to figure it out. Figure that out. Look at the mushroom. I love it so much. Michelle was here a little bit earlier. This mushroom is inspired by my visit to New Zealand. 100% Michelle pulled over and let me get out and look at those mushrooms and take 12 million pictures of those mushrooms when I was in New Zealand because they were all growing on the forest floors. Forest floor, flora. And I went and stopped and took pictures. Totally loved them. So now I just got to figure out something to put here, figure out my title, because then you could totally put some journaling strips. Can you imagine if I printed them, right? Some little journal strips through here. I love it. You know, I normally put something up here, but because this is on the side, I don't know if I'm going to do that. We'll move that in a bit. And if we're going to use this, I would pop that up quite a bit. I don't know if any of my New Zealand friends are here, but people know I love mushrooms like so much. It's not even funny. Freaking love them. And gnomes. Mushrooms and gnomes, right? You did the same thing when you were in New Zealand. Oh my goodness. And the water is turquoise. It's so beautiful. Stay in the now. I really like it. We could, oh, I have an idea. Ready for it? I love it. So my washi tapes. So I'm going to put some washi tapes right off this corner right here. Get ready for it. Look at the little yellow. What else? No, the green. I like that. The green and maybe a little peach. A little bit of the peach. Let's see. Because guess what? If I don't like it, we don't have to keep it. You're a Kiwi from New Zealand here playing along. Hello, Leonie. So you know what I'm talking about, right? You have these beautiful red mushrooms with the white dots on top. I love everything about New Zealand. I cannot wait until I can go back. Absolutely love my experience and visits to New Zealand. There was a huge patch of mushrooms under some pine trees. Amazing. Oh my gosh, Leanne, that sounds awesome. That washi tape is everything, right? With the numbers on it. That makes me happy right there. That makes me happy. See you later, Carissa. I'll post this tomorrow for sure in Vicky Booten creative community if you guys want to see it, and possibly on my artist page as well. So I like that. I'm going to turn those over. Look at that little bit in the corner. Do you see that? That ties that in, right? I like that. This washi is beautiful. You know, I love all my washi tapes, and a lot of people just feel like, oh, I have too much washi. You never have too much washi. Just get a really nice basket or a little container to put it in. But the washi from Fernwood is beautiful. Love it. Okay, so very happy with that. And now I need a little something here. I feel like yellow. I'm going to try to find something yellow. And I don't think it needs much more, my friends. So let me look if I have something on the sticker book, on the chipboard. So here's the chipboard. Chase after your dreams. Let's see. We'll see you later. I'm almost done. I know it's 10 o'clock, 11 after 10. Because Vicky's crazy. Let's see if we like that. I do see the yellow, and now I would love, but no, I think it's a visual triangle, kind of here. I don't want to do much more on this, friends. I feel like it's enough. What are your thoughts? I feel like it's enough. Oops, losing my chipboard. Can I tell you another thing? Never trust the adhesive on the chipboard. I always put glue on it. I always still glue it. I just lost something, fell, but I don't know what it was. I lost something on my chipboard set. It's on the floor. Good night, Kari. I will talk to you later. Love you, my friend. Really glad that you were here. I think it's good. I might end up adding a little bit more, but for right now, I am quite happy with that. I don't even know if this might not stay here. I feel like it needs to go here. I like that better. So I'm going to put something up here, like a little green circle or something, and it will go up there. I feel like it needs to be at the top. And then I'm going to put something yellow over here. I don't know what it's going to be, but I feel like I need to create my visual triangle. I'm just not sure what that's going to be yet. Oh, friends too. Like, look at, we have fun moths that could go on here somewhere too. So other thing, oh, look at, I don't know. We'll see. I will share it tomorrow because I'm sure something else will end up going on here. Because I want to keep it simple, but then some of these things I really like. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I will add something. I will post this tomorrow, but I'm going to say my good nights now. I will finish it. Like I will finish it, but I'm almost there. It's almost there. It just needs something up in this corner and something needs to go down here. And then I feel like it's done. And I'll even put journaling on it. Journaling, you're terrified of moths. I love them. I love some of this stuff so much, and I get tons of pushback from American Crafts that are like, you have to roll it back there, Vicky, with your moths and your gnomes and your deer. I'd put a stinking deer on everything. I love that stuff. Here I come. Hi, that was a lot of fun. Did you enjoy that tonight? For the most part, everybody stayed. I will take a picture of that. I'll take close-ups because a lot of it's not glued down. So I'll be able to take a picture of the flowers. And OMG, where is Vicky? And what have you done with her? I'm going to journal on it. Natalie, I'm telling you, I've turned a new leaf. I would like to craft with purpose this year. Hi, Valerie. I missed you. So I really enjoyed that. I hope you did. I think it's a great way for us to kick off 2022. We are going to revisit this masking technique next week on a card, and I'm going to layer more flowers. So we're going to do this, but now we're going to elevate it. And then we are going to add it the following Friday to an art journal. So here's what I have to say though. I'm going to elevate it every single time. So this was fun. And then we'll elevate it on the card. And then I'm going to elevate it, meaning adding another layer to it in the art journal. This all just came together for me tonight, that this is how I'm going to be doing Friday Night Lives all year. I'm going to come up with the concept, and that's what the first Friday of the month will be. And then each consecutive week will be a way to elevate it and change it and tweak it. And just because next week I'm doing it on a card does not mean you could not use this on any kind of crafting that you do. So I want you guys, I'm trying to help you grow as creatives. So just because it's presented on one art form or crafting type doesn't mean you cannot use that concept and put it on how you like to craft. And I'm hoping that you open the doors to your creativity this year, and you don't limit yourself to only scrapbooking, only card making, only art journaling. We're going to do all of the things. And my art journal is going to some days have photos on it too, because I really want this big, chunky, hot mess of an art journal at the end of the year. So we have a couple of weeks to figure out what my art journal is going to be, what I'm going to be using for that. But I'm so excited. Thank you so much for taking the time to inspire me to keep going and to make the crafts. And your support and the community here means the world to me. So thank you for spending your Friday with me. If you're watching after the fact, I hope you enjoy this. Still, please comment. We have live comments going on YouTube. But please, anybody here too, I love to still see the comments in the regular section underneath the description of the video where you can comment. I love that. So please leave a comment. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to YouTube, and make sure you're liking and following my Facebook page as well. And there's lots more to come. We've only just got started for 2022. So thanks, friends. Thanks, Nat, as always, for following along. Did you see what we made tonight though, B? If it's too late and you're only seeing my ugly face, you need to see what we made, because oh my goodness, I love it so much, and it's not what you would expect from me. So I hope that you enjoy that. So have a great night, have a great weekend, my friends, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye, guys.